Hello, here we are again. I don't have glasses on. You guys get used to me with those on at the start. So I'm creating these videos so we have something to use when we're not together in the morning. And so I was gonna start and say good morning, and then I thought, you might take this whenever. So hello, let's just go with that. Let me take care of housekeeping and we'll get right to it. Always consult with your physician before engaging in physical activity programs. By participating in this online class, you assume all dangers, hazards, risks of such participation. The exercises I demonstrate can be physically demanding, so if you're unable to perform safely, please choose something that works for you and modify, and I'll try to give out some ideas as well. I think that's it. Let's get started. Here we go. Classes are still going to be 45 or so minutes in length. Look at the new shoes. You will not miss my feet. I mean, boom, you can find them right there. They are glaring off the floor. Let's just roll our shoulders, especially if you are just starting your day and haven't moved around much yet. Take a chance, take a minute, take a break. Just do something here to move the body. Start at the top with these shoulders. A couple more, and then let's roll them back. 3, 2, 1. You know where I like to go next. It's the hips. So finding a hip circle, you're tracing that circle with your hips. Move the hips to that wall behind you. Get them out to each side. And then right here as we come forward, squeeze the glutes behind you. Start to wake them up. Let's do one more this direction. And now go the other way. So our feet are a little wider than our hips. That's the stance, hip width apart stance, or you could go wider, you could go narrow. We're trying to open up the hips. So we're gonna keep that stance a little wider and finish off those circles. When I say pedal beneath you or march beneath you, it's just take a few steps. And while we're here, can you find that you can wiggle your toes in your shoes? I have these nice cushy new shoes on, so they're feeling pretty good, and I'm wiggling my toes. Now scrunch your toes as you pick that foot up off the floor. So if you can do both at the same time, that's great. I apparently need to use my hands to demonstrate this, so notice how I'm scrunching my fingers as I scrunch my toes. I guarantee I'm trying to do that in my shoes. And pedal it out again. Let's get the breath. Let's find our breath. Let's send it to certain areas in our body. And then at the end of class, when we're in cool down and stretch, we apply these same breath techniques there as well. Wrap the hands right around your rib cage, trying to send that first breath toward the front side. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. If you had a birthday candle in front of you, exhale as if you were trying to blow out that candle. We're going to go to the second one here. I want you to try to get a little wider through the rib cage, in through the nose. I can feel that expansion, that width comes in. Exhale again. You've just blown out your birthday candles again. How about this third one? We're going toward the back side. So I'm thinking about where my thumbs are placed here, trying to connect with that space right underneath. Take that breath in. Exhale again. And now we're going to find a breath that comes all the way down into the belly. We can call it our belly breath. We can call it a full 360 breath. So you're nice and full in all directions. Bring it in. Exhale. Let's go for 3 more. Use the rest of the body, meaning the arms lift and exhale. We bend the knees, incorporating all the large muscles. One more right here. And exhale. Finish it off with a couple shoulder rolls. I'm going to change my music in the background, just bringing it down in volume a notch. Hang with me. I think I like that a little better. It gets distracting. But you're always welcome to put something on in the background that works for you too. We're moving on to working our spine. And what I mean by that is we're going to set up different parts of our spine to get them ready for our activity and exercise that comes up. Start at the bottom. We've got soft knees here, and again, our feet and our legs are hip width apart. We're going to take and tuck that tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, finish it off as you let that breath out. Reset, inhale, and repeat. Tuck, squeeze, exhale. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, tuck under and squeeze. Halfway there. Tuck, squeeze those glutes. And 2. Tuck and squeeze. Last one. Tuck and squeeze. So if the bottom of our spine is here, includes our tailbone, let's find a place where we're engaged with it, meaning half of that tuck. We overemphasized before. Now find a semi-tuck. Hang on to that as we draw the arms up next to the side of our head. We're going to get good and tall first, and then guide ourselves into a side bend. I'm taking a hold of one wrist. Start here with that nice inhalation. And then as you reach, you can exhale. 2 more right here. One more. Reaching long. Great job. I'm noticing my shoulders coming up to my ears, so I'm going to relax, bring them down. Think about length through my arms here. When I say getting long, I'm thinking through the arms. Let's try it again the other side. Inhale, exhale, and repeat. One more here. Nice work. Separating the hands and wrists. We're going to pause right here where the arms are at shoulder height. There's a bit of an angle. I've got my elbow bent, and it's more than 90 degrees. Now take the shoulders and the arms with you and twist at the waist. Right and left. I'm going to take my head with me too here. But I'm also doing that to notice how far can I twist when I'm still in warm-up, right? We'll get warmer, and I guarantee it'll be a little easier and smoother to move. One more. Letting those arms travel back to your side. Now let's set the shoulders up in a nice position to work the cervical spine, the top. You've got an extended arm, both arms, candlesticks are out. Raise your shoulders to your ears now. Send them out, lower them down, and pull back. We'll do that again. Up, out, lower, pull back. Let's do the same thing, but in reverse. Sending out when we're nice and low, raising up, pull back, and down. Here we go again, sending out, up, pull back, and lower down. And now the arms just gently come back to your side. Can you sense that you've got a little pinch between the shoulder blades behind you? It's going to help us lift our chest ever so slightly. And now we're going to be statue-like from the neck down, letting our head turn over to the shoulders, right and left. Again, assessing how that feels for you today. It can be different day to day. And if you need a little extra attention somewhere. Last set. Pausing here at the center. I'm gonna remind you to keep that semi-tuck underneath you. The glutes are squeezing, and then from there, we're holding everything else still, except now we'll go to the ceiling with our chin and down to our chest. Let's get 3 more sets of that. Here's 2. Your final one. Great work. Pausing again, making sure that there isn't any sort of residual dizziness or anything that we've kind of sparked as we've moved our head only here. Want to make sure you're still good and stable on your feet. We're going to take into ear tilts now, over to each shoulder. I pay close attention to this one. Every day is a little different for me here. Gives you a chance to notice what your body deals with, right? Last set. And now, pausing in the center, we're gonna bring the chin forward as if you're reaching out to me, and then retract it back. 3. You could call this the turtle, perhaps. 2. And 1. Gently roll those shoulders. Loosen things up again. You can kind of start to feel that flow. We're gonna go into cat and cow. I know some of you like to do it on the mat and from the floor. That's perfect. I'll join you and stand in here. My feet and legs are hip width apart again, and I'm gonna take my hands down to my thighs. That's where I'm gonna push as I get into a full flex spine here when we're going up into our cat. So we'll start there with the tailbone tucking under, rounding the spine. The chin is coming to my chest, and I open through the shoulder blades. Nice space there. Then I do everything in the opposite direction. Take my tailbone up, let the belly come to the floor, and start to lift my chin toward the ceiling. I'm gonna inhale right here. Take a breath in, and then travel with that breath, moving into cat. Exhale to the floor. You can find your own flow here. Your goal being to try to get space between each of those vertebrae. And you'll get a little warm too. Let's do 1 more each way. Now let's find neutral spine. So now there's no curve to my back. I'm trying to keep it as flat and straight as possible. And I'm still in a directional line with my spine. I'm not parallel to the floor, but I've taken out all of the roundness. That's my goal. Now I want to build a shield here to support that. And that means I'm pulling in my belly button, my abs. That's going to support that spine. Pausing here, this is our neutral spine. We're going to twist again. So from the waist, I do this by taking one hand behind my head, bring the elbow to the floor and twist, and then follow that elbow and look that way underneath the arm. 2 more. Last one. Coming back to neutral spine. It's a good point in time here to reframe, re-brace, pull that shield in and hold the abdominals in tight. We'll go to the other side for rotation. Under and looking up under that arm again. 2 and 1. Great work. Pausing here, find the neutral sign for just a moment or 2, and then start at the tailbone, tucking it under. So you're thinking of stacking the vertebrae up on top of each other one at a time. Space between, roll those shoulders out. Whew, warm up, check. Let's get some water. And we're gonna get our bodies heated up a little bit more. Two different exercises that we can turn into some more cardio work for us in this workout. If we start them in the teaching phase, they'll help us kind of move through dynamically a couple stretches. And then, like I said, they'll become something that we can do to kind of jazz up with our heart rates here a little bit. So let's do jumping jack where the arms get a little kind of funky here. Starting with your feet. You're gonna go side to side with those feet. That's what the feet are gonna do. The arms are gonna do two different actions. They're gonna go out to the side and up in front. Out to the side, up in front. Let's keep this going here. You've got 20 more seconds to work with it. Let your muscle memory kick in. That means you think less about it and your body has figured it out and it can continue on. You got 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little pause, pedal it out. The next one, and I don't want to scare you, but it is our burpees. It's just our modified burpee. And it moves our body in opposite planes than the exercise we just did. Here's how this one works. You're going to think of yourself now split down the middle, down the center, right and left. I'm going to reach long with the same arm and leg, bring them back in, reach long again on the other side. I'm going to take a little dip or a mini squat, and then I'm going to come up to my toes and get excited, right? So here's a long reach, little dip, and up. Let's keep that going. Reach, reach, dip, and up. Hang in here with me. You got 15 more seconds. Low and high. Coming up to the toes, it's going to work just perfect. Low and high. 5 more seconds. Should finish this off. Low and high. Take a break. Find your march. We're going to alternate those two, especially during our little cardio segments that I weave in between our strength segments there. Let's just check in on our balance though, using our triple march. What I mean by triple march is you take 3 marches and then we hold on that foot for 3 seconds. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, hold. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, hold. 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 3, 2, 1. I'm fighting with that balance too. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Final one here. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back into your march. I want to take us back through our cardio exercises again and really get the muscle memory going for them so we can bring them in and escalate our heart rate, bring it up during our strength portions, like little commercials, right? Back to modified jumping jack. We start here with the feet, topping side to side. We're gonna hold a little longer this time, 45 seconds. Let's work with the arms, bringing them out and in, out and in. There you go. Great work. You can travel with this if you've got the space to move, or even taking it forward and back. Feel free to cover some ground. 20 more seconds. Up and out. That's it. Muscle memory's kicking in. 10 more. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, march it out to transition. And we'll move into that modified burpee. Remember, this time we are slicing ourselves down right through the midpoint, through the center, and going right and left. Here we go. Think reach, reach, low and high. Reach, reach, low and high. I've got a little space to travel. I'm going to use it. Feel free, if you've got a little bit of area to move in, to travel with this. And of course, if you're good one stationary position, work with that too. Just move, right? You're almost there. 15 more seconds. Reach, reach, low, and high. Reach, low. This is it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Let's circle back and recheck the balance, and then we're ready for our dumbbells. I should have told you at the front of class, you need dumbbells today. Oh, we'll get them. I'll give you time. So your heart rate's up. Yes. We're going to just start to soften the march. The steps become smaller. So I want you to try that balance, even though our heart rate has been up a little bit here. So let's go into a triple march, but we'll hold for a little longer. We're going to hold now for 5 seconds. Same footwork. Triple march here. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go back to 3 steps or marches and hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. 2, 3, up, 3, 2, 1. Add 2 more seconds, habits, and then march. 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Get another sip of water and find those dumbbells. The heart rates have come down a little bit, but you should be good and warm. Three exercises we've got on deck. I'm getting my weights ready. I use 3-pound weights. I suggest anything between 0, because our hands and fists can work perfectly. I wouldn't go more than 5. And even with 5, that can be kind of heavy. And so to monitor that is important. We are going to start with bicep curls. Let's make our stance narrow here. So those flashy orange shoes, I'll let you see them. That means the feet are side by side. And we work on posture with this one because the exercise is quite simple. We can work on all these other things. Think of that long spine we created as we let our spine get space. You're coming up through the crown of your head. Your jaw is relaxed and your shoulders are down away from your ears. That little bit of a tuck underneath you, squeeze the glutes. That'll be enough. Now I've got my palms facing my thighs. That's for the hammer curl that we're going to use here. So I'm keeping thumbs in front. Raise the dumbbells up toward the shoulders, squeeze at the top, and then lower down. We're going to add a count. It goes 3, 2, 1. Squeeze or pause at the top and lower. You've got 6 more. Drag it up slow. 2, 1. Pause and down. Here it is. Drag 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lower. Halfway there. Up. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. And drag. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. And final. 3, 2, 1. Release. That just means extend the arm, roll the shoulders. Now we're going to work on muscles that are right here, wrapping around to the back. They're called your lats, and what we're going to do is called a reverse fly. So it does require that narrow stance again, but it also requires a little position change of the upper body. So let's get that taken care of here. We start nice and tall, long spine again, and say I'm a clock. So this is 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to ask you to hinge forward about 10 degrees. That does mean the hips go back. The back is flat, like neutral spine. So you want to pull the abdominals in to hold that position. I bring my dumbbells in front of my thighs and the palms are facing each other. From here, envision a butterfly. Your wings are going to flap, fly, whatever we could say there. Bring them out and then lower them down. We'll apply that same rhythm we just used for bicep curls. I also encourage you to look at the floor about 3 feet in front of you, and that will also keep your neck neutral. Let's give this a little try. So we drag up slow. 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top and lower. Out, 3, 2, 1, and lower. You're gonna feel this up and down the spine, not just the lats, which are large muscles in the back, but up in between the shoulder blades as well. This is great for posture. We have 4 more. Drag, 3, 2, 1. Here's 3, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Final one. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to come out of this by tucking our tailbone a little more and then stacking those vertebrae up on top of each other. You finish it off with a nice shoulder roll at the top. Great work. Last exercise is a sumo squat. So now we get to get really wide. That stance is wider than hip width. The toes are angled out toward the corners of the room. The dumbbells are going to meet right here in the center, bell to bell. And now we're going to bend the knees as we keep ourselves nice and tall, lowering ourselves down, pause, and come back up. Same count, 3, 2, 1, pause, and up. We try to keep the tailbone tucked with this bit of a sumo squat. It really is what we've got here. So think of an elevator, lower slow, and then come up to the top. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Almost there. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Here's our final one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to set these dumbbells down. Place them somewhere out of the way because we've got 30 seconds of a modified jumping jack and 30 seconds of the burpee. So roll the shoulders. You've got 1 minute of cardio activity. Let's start with those jumping jacks. Get the feet going and out, in. Remember, you can travel. You can move forward and back. You can just move. If this one doesn't work for you, by all means, find something that moves the feet and maybe a little bit of upper body. That will definitely bring that heart rate up. Great work. Here it is, 5, 4, 3, 2, modified burpee. You're thinking right side, left side. We reach long, long, low, and high. Reach, reach, dip, and up. Reach, reach, dip, and up. Halfway there. That means we got 15 seconds left. Low and high, reach, low. Let's do 1 more. Low and high, march it out, and find that water. Wherever your water's stashed, I'm back here. Get a sip of water, just a sip. And we're back to a little more strength. So dumbbells, back in the picture. Bicep curls again. We started with that narrow stance. We checked our posture, nice and tall, coming up through the crown of our head. Let's vary this one a little bit now and bring the palms to face forward. We're set. Drag them up slow. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lower. Raise it up. 2, 1. Little pause and lower. Squeeze and down. We're not dropping them as we bring them back to our sides. It's with control. But we are deliberately bringing them up nice and slow, building that strength. You've got 3, 2, 1, and we have 2 left. Raise it up. This is our final one. Squeezing at the top, lowering down with control. Now we're on to that reverse fly. I'll stay facing forward here. Recall that we needed a nice tall posture to start, And then we found our 10-degree hinge. Maybe the side view is better. So we'll come this way, bringing those dumbbells, palms face each other here, and taking a look at the floor, a couple feet in front of you. We're going to keep those arms nice and long as we raise them to our side, pause at the top, and lower. There's a lot going on with this one. Bring it up slow. 3, 2, 1. And again, up, 2, 1. Great work. This one takes you to halfway. Now let's exhale on the effort. Opening up the arms, raising at the top. Exhale. Inhale as they come down. 3, 2, big exhale. You have 2 more. Up, 2, 1. Final one here. Raise it up and with control, lower down. Again, setting ourselves back up by tucking under and thinking long through the crown of our head. Our sumo squats are next. So now we get to open that stance. The toes are facing the corners of the room, and I take those dumbbells down right in front, bell to bell. Doesn't matter really how deep they're going to be here, because I'm encouraging you to think, squeeze the glutes and rise after you've dipped the knees or bent the knees a bit. So let's take it down and squeeze glutes and inner thigh up to the top. Here we go, 7, 6, exhale here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming into a more narrow stance, pedal the feet out, march it out, find a safe place for these. We've got that last minute of a cardio burst. In 3, 2, 1, modified jumping jack. How's that muscle memory doing? You get a couple in there and then the body says, I know what was going on here. I got it. I got you. Light on your feet. If you're hearing a lot of thudding below, you might want to rethink those taps. Keep them light. 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you switch it into the burpee? Reach, reach, low and high. That's it. This is it. Last 30 seconds of our cardio. Reach, reach. 15 seconds left. Woo. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Check it off. How about one more sip? And we have express round with our strength. Express because we're gonna cut down that number from our magic number was 8 before. We're gonna bring it down to 6. But I'm gonna ask you for a little extra work with balance, especially during the bicep curls. Probably only during the bicep curls. Let's go back to a hammer curl. The palms are facing your thighs. Our stance is narrow. If I were to ask you to show me a kickstand, what I mean by that is getting balance on one leg, keeping the knee soft, and taking the other leg up to the toe. That's our kickstand. Now, to progress this, it would be single leg balance, and that means we're picking that toe up off the floor and holding here, standing on one leg. Those are your 2 options. We're gonna do 6 curls with 1 single leg balance, and we'll do 6 bicep curls with the other. So let's find your comfort zone, kickstand or single leg. From here, we're gonna curl 6, 5, 4, looking good, 3, 2, 2. Last one. And pedal it out. We've got 6 standing on the other leg, but for variety, let's go palms forward this time. Check in on that balance, the other leg here. Knee has some softness to it. I've got my kickstand, and it's there if I need it, if I try a few picking my foot up off the floor. I'm gonna raise my toe up, and we start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both feet back to the floor, pedal it out. We have 6 reverse flies. Not changing too much with this one. We're just gonna go with that different magic number. Start standing nice and tall, and then hinging at 10 degrees. We bring those dumbbells to a point right in front of our thighs, palms face each other, and here we fly. Reach and under. I'm not so worried about the slow count anymore. I want you to move through the range of motion. Squeeze at that top. 3 more. Exhale. 2. Last one. And tuck the tailbone. Stand up tall. Last one, our sumo squat. Getting nice and wide. Toes are to the corners of the room. Dumbbells meet. Head to head. Roll the shoulders. Rolling them back. And let's start with that bit of a knee bend. We lower down. And squeeze inner thighs, come to the top. 6 is still our number. We're at 5. 4. 3. 2. So close, here it is. 1. And squeeze inner thigh. Bring those feet back underneath you. Roll your shoulders out. We're also done with the dumbbells. We need to start a cool down. So even with some of the strength work, you might notice that you're a little breathy. Your heart rate might be up just slightly. Let's let that taper off. Join me in a march. Easy breezy. We're not gonna move back to burpees or the jumping jacks anymore. Just find a nice march. And I want you to start to taper it off. So that means slowing your tempo. Maybe you're not picking your leg and foot up off the floor as high, but you do want to pick it up. The arm swing becomes less, minimal. And you can even start to extend the arms so they're more of a sway at your side. Window shopping. That's it. 3, 2, 1, and roll your shoulders. Of course, take the water breaks, take any break whenever you need it. I'm going to get us into the stretching portion here. Let's work with the back of the leg first, meaning elongate all those muscles down behind us. That means we're going to start, again, finding our single leg balance. I'm over here to this side, soft knee, and the other leg is going to come out in front, heel to the floor, toes are up. A little bit of balance is required, yes. And you can always open that just slightly. If you feel like you're putting yourself on a tightrope, maybe bring that leg out to the side and widen your base of support. Here's where we pull out of our hips, meaning get tall, take a deep breath in, and then as you let that breath go, hinge forward, and you're going to start to feel that stretch come from the glute, which is our rear, down the back of your leg, the hamstring. You'll feel it even more in the calf as you bring the toes up. Let's hold here for another deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly rise. and pedal the feet. We'll go on to the other side. Same thing. Heel out in front. That leg is straight. This side has some bend to it. Getting tall, I like to feel as if I'm pulling right out of those hips and then hinging over. As soon as I feel a catch in the back, a nice opening, that's where I pause and take another breath in. Exhale. Continue to let those toes reach for that kneecap. They want to come up and we get more length through the back of the leg. Next time you're ready for a new breath in, use it. Inhale and exhale, pedal it out. Let's open the front of these hips now. What that means is that foot will come behind. I'm up on the toe. And I'm going to get that tailbone tucked right here from the start. So I'm bringing my tailbone under. From here, I'm going to bend the knees, squeezing the glute, and I'm feeling an opening down the front of my hip, letting it travel to the front of the thigh. As I mentioned at the front of class, now we want to resume those deep breaths and send them to places. Here's where your breath is going to be sent down the front of that hip. Give it a try. Pushing off that back foot, they come back together. We'll go to the other side. Nice and tall first. Our tailbone is tucking under. I'm going to bend the knees and squeeze the glute, sending my breath right into this open hip flexor. Again, pushing off that back foot and bringing the feet underneath you. We're going to start the upper body stretches by interlacing the fingers. I'm making a nice oval in front of me, elbows are soft. And I'm going to try to open through the upper back. That's going to require a dip of the chin, thinking wide through the shoulders. And again, can I draw a breath in and place it right between the shoulder blades? I can feel that expansion. That's my goal. Try it again. And let it go. Separate the hands and fingers, letting the hands come back down towards your side. Now we're going to leave lifted through the chest and let those biceps extend. You're an arrow, so zip up your stance down below. Your arms become the little sides to the arrow. I want you to just ever so slightly raise your chin. Think about breathing into a space right here. Bring the breath there. The arms are extended out and then slightly behind you, as if you were in front of a wall and you wanted to let your arms rest or touch the wall behind you. Let's hold here. Sending that breath into the open space. With this next exhalation, just let the arms come down to your side. Checking in on any tension that built during the workout and up in our neck. We'll just use gentle ear tilt, ear to the shoulder. I like a little extra help, so I place my hand gently on my head and feel for more opening and length here. It's just like I was with you in the morning. Head comes up to center. Let's go the other way. Ooh. You're going to want to keep drinking a lot of water today to flush everything out. Maybe even redo these stretches again. Taking the hand away. That's it. Let's get our last breath in together. Deep breath in. And out. Check it off. You've just finished your workout. Thanks for joining me.